Woo! The action continues here at Gamers8 2023 Street Fighter 6, biggest prize pool ever seen in Street Fighter competitive history. And we've done a little rotation. We've taken out the pretty boys and got the slick boys in. I, F-Word, are now being joined by Sama Damascus, the one and only, and Brad Muse, up-and-comer, huge name, loads of fans out here, all the way from the States. Guys, firstly, pleasure to have you. Secondly, how you doing?
Listen, man, pleasure to be there, obviously, an absolute honor to be there, but doing great. These first matches have been absolutely ridiculous.
Ooh.
They've been really fun to watch. A little bit heartbroken for Latif, because he's my boy, like I like rooting for him.
Yeah.
But plenty of games, my great weekend. How about you, bro?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's been an amazing experience to be brought out here. Thanks to everybody that decided to have us out. I mean, you drew right attention to the fact that it's, new for me. And yeah, I think coming into this next block, doing the research in advance, we do have another Latif block match in this block, and it's got a little bit of a different energy after these first couple of matches because he's unfortunately not gone his way.
Yeah, and of course, guys, we'll be making sure we cover what we can find out from the chatter on Stream B, because there's a ton of matches happening there as well, and some crazy results there too. Now, to kick things off here on the mainstream, we have another local representative, the Saudi Arabian qualifier, rocking that deadly jury. It's Wes, and he's going up against the one and only former Evo champ, of course, Xian. What about this one, guys?
I think the first thing to mention, obviously, Xian, easy to introduce, right? It's Xian. Wes, the only thing I can say is I was watching him on the B stream earlier, and he really ran Mr. Crimson to the last round, right?
Wow.
That was a 2-1 for Mr. Crimson.
Damn.
That was close. His jury is really good, and just seeing him being able to square up with Mr. Crimson shows that this guy is a threat, and you can't just rule this guy out already because you don't know him. Just seeing how well he played against Crimson, I'm looking forward to see more.
He's also got that local Dowsing experience, one of the broadcasters here on the Arabic stream. Quite a strong Dowsing player, so that local exposure is always going to help with a unique character you don't see often. Brad, any thoughts on this one?
No, I think you're absolutely right, and I was going to say, I had even spoken with some of the Arabic talent before we went live because I was trying to do the research, and I was like, I can't really find a whole lot about Wes other than the fact that I had seen him putting up numbers when we were all playing in the Players Lounge, and they were telling me, one of, if not the strongest player in the local community, wins their, local Street Fighter leagues an awful lot. Definitely going to be excited to see that local representation coming in, but measuring up against Xian, no small task.
Big ask. And we're getting a lot of those big asks. Speaking of big asks, there's another one to watch out for in this segment. So that's the first match. The next match we have is Mono taking on Zen. Now, we saw what Zen did to Punk already, right? So that was like, good lord. I mean, this is like one of the top performers at EVO. Probably, in terms of talent, the best performer at EVO. Now going head-to-head here. So what do we think of this one, guys? Who's our favorite? Is it going to be a DJ mirror match as well?
That's the question, right? Because last time we've
Probably.
seen Zen, he was JP, and Zen has been working on DJ now, but...
Yeah, so I got to speak to Zen yesterday as part of the interviews that we were doing with some of the players, and he spoke about the fact that, played JP for a while, maybe didn't really feel great in his hands, so he's experimenting a little bit with DJ. And it's interesting because I feel like when I spoke to Mono about the matchup, I think he was expecting the DJ mirror. So maybe going to be caught a little bit unawares coming into this. I was really excited for this match, obviously, because Mono's the homie, and we all remember Zen's legendary run at Capcom Cup last year. But having seen what Zen just did to Punk after Punk's EVO performance, I'm a little bit scared for my homie. I'm a little bit scared for the boy.
Well, it's a good point. I mean, also, when you look at Zen's scenario, he's very modest and very humble, even when he was doing what he did at the greatest Capcom Cup run we've ever seen in terms of qualifying for Capcom Cup at the Last Chance qualifier with Dictator. He was very like, I'm not as good as my Chinese counterparts. They're a lot stronger than me, and he's maintained that level of humbleness. It's almost like it gives him that strength. So that lack of pressure he puts on himself allows him to play almost free of any pressure, and I think it affects his performance, which could be the case here. Whereas Mono carries a whole nation on his back, has won some serious majors before. You almost expect him to be the more seasoned guy of the two. It's a very difficult one to call.
Yeah, you can't call this one. You're talking about Zen being humble. When I met Zen at Red Bull Committee, the first thing he told me was like, I'm not even the best, man. I shouldn't have been invited. Should have been VX Bao, should have been other guys. I'm like, bro, you're invited, you're good. Rate yourself as well.
And the matches continue, and I'll tell you what, they're not getting easier for our local boys, because the next one coming up is Latif taking on Phenom. So Latif was already given a bit of a death group anyway. Now he's up against, arguably, I mean, in my opinion, if you look at Street Fighter history, maybe the most underrated talent and one of the most consistent performers in Street Fighter history. I'm talking 5, 4, and 6. Phenom is just an absolute force. Other than the fact he hasn't got these humongous accolades in his history, he's been there, he's beaten the best in the world. It's a big ask for Latif in this one. It's going to be Ken Kami. I don't know how it's going to go, but I mean, Latif's got a tough order in front of him, I'd say.
There are only 2 players who qualify to every Capcom Cup on SF5, Phenom and Momochi.
Say no more.
That's like That's the stats. Like you can't compete against this stat. No one else. Phenom has been on every single Capcom Cup on SF5, and he like wants to do the same on 6, and you can expect him to do the same on 6.
Yeah, I mean, you can't undervalue the importance of being that consistent of a competitor. When you're coming into a format like this where things are feeling a little bit different, it's really easy to be taken off kilter, maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable compared to how you might normally play, be it at, you know, an offline major, an offline local, or even the online locals that people are attending so much now from their own homes. A player with the seasoned history of Phenom and the seasoned consistency of making these deep runs, you gotta imagine that being in this setting is not gonna shake him. But at the same time, I feel like if there's any character that you're gonna come in and have decent matchup knowledge and how you should be dealing with it, Ken is on the short list of the characters that are probably the widest represented.
This is good though. Yeah, that familiarity, as strong as he is, that familiarity is going to count a lot. We've seen some characters get away with absolute murder just because you don't see them often. Dhalsim's a great example, but that's a really good point. One thing we can look forward to in this match also, I must say, both of these guys keep themselves in great shape and are not uncomfortable in front of a camera. So we shouldn't see any awkward walkouts for this particular segment, which I'm actually very excited about. Latif and Phenom. Who wins is to be seen, but that's an exciting match to look forward to, guys. Few more to come through this weekend, guys, and loads more matches to come. I mean, this one, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm going to go Phenom. But because it's home and away, I feel like Latif might have a really strong run in the second half of this overall event. I don't know how you guys are feeling about his chances of qualifying. Of course, 0-2 down now. Needs to really win this to have any chance.
Might be 0-2 down, but it feels like his power is rising throughout the event. Like the first match against Mena, like the very first match was difficult. Second match, you could see Latif getting the nice reactions. Against Otani, it finished on a heartbreaker, but at least it's an upwards curve, right? So I think the next step on that upwards curve is getting a win. Obviously, he's 0-2, but this is a double round robin, right? They're going to play each other twice, so there's still a chance for him.
Yeah, well, and there's something else to be said that, like, okay, he lost to Mena. Just second place at the EVO finals, I'm like, okay, that's not a heartbreaking loss. In the sense that, you know, not to disrespect Latif, but Mena is coming into this as one of, if not the most prolific competitor, the only two-time Capcom Cup champion in existence. Second place finish, losing only to Angry Bird at EVO.
And he won CEO.
Yeah, and one CEO, you're absolutely right. That's a hard loss. At the same time, the match with Otani was so close. I feel like that really could have gone either player's way. And if Latif is just getting warm, then I absolutely agree with you. He can 100% rebound back in the next set of these matches.
Speaking of EVO champions, we have Xian coming up against, and coming up again, his opponent this time, the one and only, representing France, representing Lyon, representing Dhalsim, Minjo Clinzon. I mean, this is one hell of a talented guy. We've seen what he's done with Dhalsim since breaking onto the scene. We saw him Rimwibble Kumite. We saw him break the mold of beating these demons. Now he's up against Xian, guys. DJ versus Dhalsim, I can't say I know too much about it, but please talk to me through this one.
First, that was a very good bad French accent. I have to rate it.
I was going to say, it actually upset me that you didn't immediately chuckle. I had to suppress the chuckle. We've been giving him crap for his accents all week.
But talking about the game itself...
Mon français,
no.
c'est très bien.
Just no. Okay. Talking about the game itself, obviously, Mr. Crimson, the one thing to mention, Crimson lost to Mono at Red Bull Committee. Went back home, hit up Maldomino, one of the best DJs in Europe, and was like, first 1 million. I'm going to grind this matchup, I'm going to know this matchup, and he came up with a lot of anti-DJ tech, right? He's a very meticulous, mathematical kind of player. He always comes up with the counterplay, and that's why I'm excited to see what kind of counterplay did he prepare against DJ, because that's the one I want to see. And Xian is surely a menace. They haven't played each other yet in the game, so they have to get a feel of each other's gameplay.
I think the counterpoint to that is I feel like, you know, Mr. Crimson, when I think of him, I think about how strong he was towards the tail end of Street Fighter V. And that's in part, sure, Dhalsim's relative strength to the rest of the cast, but I think Dhalsim is a character that historically takes a little bit more time to come alive. I think Dhalsim usually has a lot more situational matchup awareness, that it's just natural that it's going to take players more time to develop that piece. And I think so far, in watching Mr. Crimson's play in Street Fighter VI, I can see that we're trying to eke out. It's almost like Sim comes alive in that last 5% of optimization, and I feel like the Mr. Crimson we're watching right now is not the one that I expect to be talking about when we're looking back on the history of Street Fighter VI.
Absolutely, really good point. Also, we've got to take into consideration on the flip side, where's Xian getting his Dhalsim experience from? We know there's some strong ones in Japan. Netcode isn't too bad. They're probably playing over there. But that's a big assumption. Has he even played Tori Messi? Has he played Mochi? We don't know. This could be a unique one or an awkward one for him too. But without further ado, we're going to kick off, guys. You can see the countdown. We're going into the next segment. Another 4 juicy matches to come in 4, 3, 2, 1. Yalla Habibi!
Gamers8. So far, this tournament has been living up to the hype. But before we get to these next matches, I need to address the people at home. Because I see people in the Twitch chat saying that only Gamers8 can afford Kevin Hart to host. I don't think they're talking about you, Atik. I'm not understanding what they're talking about here.
I think it's obvious.
What do you mean it's obvious?
Maybe it's you, maybe.
You think they're saying I look like Kevin Hart? That's absolutely insane, it's disrespect, and it's inaccurate. But I'll tell you something, Kevin Hart has some good jokes, but these players are not a joke whatsoever. So far, these matches have been ridiculous. What's your favorite match so far, or who do you think is looking the hottest?
Well, we already saw some amazing matches already, but I'm looking forward for the upcoming matches. I think it's going to be great. I think it's hard to judge right now.
It is a bit tough to judge, but them DJs looking mighty nice. Cooking with that low-tier DJ. Capcom, please give my man some buffs. But this next player does not need buffs whatsoever. He is ridiculous, and we are about to find out exactly who it is. Let's take a look at our first player. Make some noise for Wes! This player is fighting out of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, home country. My man, of course, at this point, he has his scene on his back, him alongside Latif, and he does have the power up. You see the energy, nothing but smiles in this crowd right now. He qualified for this tournament by winning the Street Fighter League Saudi Arabia. My man actually qualified, not just the invitation, so his hunger gotta be entirely different, and his jury is ridiculous and is about to be on display right now, Atik.
Yeah, well, this guy, he came up strong to this stage, and I saw some of his gameplay. He's literally dominating some of the community cups that are happening here in Gamers 8. مشاهدينا بعد ما شفنا ورحبنا باللاعب معنا ويس وشفنا مستواه الاسطوري في المراحل الماضيه، هذه اول مباراه له معنا الحين هنا على المسرح، وانا متاكد انه راح ينور وراح يبدع في هذه المباراه، لكن خصمه شفنا منه انتصار ساحق، شفنا منه اداء اسطوري في مباراته الاولى، هذه مباراته الثانيه، في حال حقق النصر فرصته راح تزيد في التاهل، خلونا نتعرف على اللاعب الثاني. رحبوا معنا باللاعب سيان. اللاعب هذا يبغى يحقق انتصارات، يبغى يكمل سلسلة الانتصارات اللي معه، ما يبغى أي هزيمة في مبارياته، هذه ثاني واحدة، لكن الأولى ما كانت سهلة بالنسبة له، لكن يقدر يحقق انتصارات أكبر، مبارياته واحدة ورا الثانية، جالس يمتعنا فيها، وبرضه في نفس الوقت حضوره جدا قوي معنا في هذه البطولة، جاينا من مكان بعيد، جاينا من سنغافورة، بعد الإنجازات الكبيرة اللي حققها في بطولات الثانية، هذه واحدة ثانية يبغى يحطها في جيبه في المنافسة العالمية اللي معنا.
Every great player at some point had to have a starting point, Atik. They had to start somewhere, and eventually you get to a big stage like this, going up against a legend, and you have the ability to make your mark. There's a whole lot of pressure on the line for both players, but my man's Wes fought hard to qualify. The crowd is ready, everybody is excited. Wes, Shin, you may take your seats. It's time for our next match. And Atik, we gotta head over to our casters, brother. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Come on.
Well, this game is going to be crazy. So, أعزائنا المشاهدين، خلونا نبدأ مباراتنا على طول ونروح مع المعلقين.
Ooh, we back at it once again. Ringe on the mic, but I have switched out my partner. We got my boy Tyrant Wrestling Boys in the building. How you doing, fam?
Hey, let's go. What's going on, Ringe? I heard you out there with a couple of wrestling references, but it's cool. You know, Vicious didn't really get those, but I'm out here now, bro.
Man,
So
now I
bring
can make
all
all
the
of
heat.
them.
Let's go. I heard that Raven even flow DDT, bro. We're gonna be getting some of those. Let's go. Let's go.
My man, you already know that was a great one to pick up on. And Wes and Cien, this is a matchup I'm very interested in, right? Because Wes, obviously from Saudi Arabia, right? Probably the most unfamiliar player to the wider audience that we got here at Gamers8. But my man, we've been watching him play. He's been putting bodies in bags during casuals with that jury. So Cien cannot be sleeping on this.
Yes, absolutely. I actually got some games in with Wes as well, some jury mirrors indeed. And yeah, Wes is definitely a jury aficionado, a real believer of the Feng Shui engine. You know, not usually one you see. A lot of jury players like to hold on, wait out for that big level 3 and the Oki situation, but he's a real believer of the Feng Shui engine. So let's see how he can do here against Cien's DJ. And Cien, of course, you know, needs no introduction. Like the host said earlier, like this guy, you know, Evo champion, a 2-time Evo champion actually, in Street Fighter 4 and then Street Fighter 5 online. But yeah, here he is, really trying to get that big cash prize here at Gamers8. And you could see from his earlier matches, he is prepared and ready for this competition.
Speaking of his earlier matches, right, Cien actually took down Nephew's jury, right? That's what we saw earlier. So the fact that he already has another jury on his plate, we'll see if it harms or hurts him. It could, or excuse me, that's both the same thing. It helps or hurts him. Excuse me, now I've fixed that. We'll see if he's like warmed up in the matchup or if Wes's style of jury is just so different that it kind of throws off Cien. That's always kind of the double-edged sword when it comes to playing these matchups. I want to see. Cien has been a problem on the ground all day, every day. I don't think it's going to be any different here.
Yeah, and it's like I mentioned on the desk earlier, don't forget that Cien did lose to Jury at Evo.
Oh,
like
fair enough, okay.
Eliminated by Kills You, so, but you wouldn't have guessed that as we saw against Nephew earlier. So let's see. Oh my goodness, ready like that. Oh, but the 2 hitting.
Yeah.
Heavy punch.
Wes was already going right. It was an active button, so the next hit just came out and stuffed Cien's perfect parry. That is something that happens when you perfect parry like the first or second hit of multi-hitting moves. But speaking of which, right now catching Wes reaching and we're doing teaching.
Bro, DJ's damage is absolutely absurd. There you go, closes it out, low forward, low strong drive rush, and that is going to be the round for Cien. Looking like he came prepared for this matchup now.
He is bulldogging his opponents down right now, right? Even off of the trades, he's immediately pressing the button back. He knows what range he's gonna fall in. This has been slick from Cien, but an even better anti-air. Did the drive impact too early, so he gets tossed into the corner. That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, meaty drive impact is one of the strongest strategies going right now, but didn't work out, unfortunately, there. Okay, Cien in this burnout state. Oh, wow.
The Soulbot whip punish.
Oh, not enough. There's Slasher, you gotta hold the pressure. Oh, and now this is horrendous. Yeah, this could be it right here.
Up against DJ in the corner. He doesn't have his drive meter, so the OD fireball block strings are not going to be on deck. But we got the Feng Shui, as you called out before, and Cien not watching his legs.
Yeah, here we go. This could be it. The real game changer. Double overhead. There it is!
Wes loves that double overhead. We saw him opening people up with it left and right in casuals, and he'll do it even against the best in the world.
And there you go, guys. Man, I'm telling you, bro, this Feng Shui engine can be a real game changer when you need it. And you still go into this round with 1 bar. So real good call there from Wes. But here we go. Early level 3 on the way for Cien. Never a bad time to use it in the 3rd round.
Especially when Wes is already low on drive meter, right? It's going to put him below, oh, not quite below 1 bar, but very close to it. Tries to bait something out because usually people want to pop off when they have low drive meter, right? They're like, I'll burn myself out. I'm not going to let you burn me out. But Cien, empty with the bait there.
Yeah, all the air-to-air, punching him down there. All right, and that drive gate looking mighty bleak for Wes.
Just chunking him down right now, but the delayed dive kick kind of throwing off Cien's anti-air.
Oh, what a jump!
Oh, first fireball throw, big punish, just leaves him standing. Wes maybe trying to escape to the skies, but firmly grounded.
Yeah, that heavy Sabat kick, you know, leaves DJ point blank. He gets so much from that. You got to think about the options he gets. He gets, you know, plus into button. He gets shimmy. He can do just cool. Like the options that he has. Yeah, it's a scary character for sure. DJ, man, no joke.
And when he did that up against Nephew, he did the exact same thing, right? He followed up with a button first. So now I want to see on the subsequent pressure if he's going to do a throw on that same string, right? Because that's what he did up against Nephew. He switched it up the very next time he prevented that heavy Soba kick. Or presented it, excuse me.
Yeah, really, really strong, man. DJ just has it all, it feels like, you know, excellent neutral, amazing damage, Oki situations, plus frames for days.
Fastest drive rush. He really does. Oh, and even a normal anti-air in addition to the up kicks, right? That stand heavy kick is super great when you're like in their face. Can't really hit cross-ups, but nonetheless.
Yeah, it's real strong. Okay, there we go. OD fireball in the corner. Okay, sends out the regular fireball. Parry attempts.
Oh, the knee. He had been so on point with anti-airing the jump 2K, but that time just comes up short.
Forward throw. Okay.
I love that. Just the jab pressure from Tien and then walking back.
He might be dead, you know.
Oh, I mean, this is DJ, baby. That health bar is kaput.
Yep, goodbye.
Bye-bye, fam.
The damage.
Nah, this character's damage is off the charts. And right there, I love this. He hadn't really represented the raw drive rush a lot, right? So 3 rounds in, 4 rounds in, let's do it.
Okay, and then you see Jarvis, the trunk goes the gap, punish counter, just cool. Might be GG's on the way.
Yeah, for real. He's gonna have the corner now. How's West gonna pop off? He's not. He's just gonna firmly block and then try to drive parry, but Xian just letting him out of the corner a little bit.
Okay, tries to perfect parry to jump in with no dice, but there you have it. He's just gonna close this out. Needs a little bit more. Oh, drops a combo.
He did jump it at the end. We got the feng shui pop from West.
Yeah, here we go. When they're in burnout, it's even worse. You have to hold even more of that feng shui pressure. Okay, there you go. Gets the hit.
And now Xian, I mean, he has level 2, so he could have popped out with an invincible reversal before. Level 3 on deck as well, but he hasn't chosen to do it yet. Oh, and the drive impact finally comes out. Load up a stock, get back in the face here.
Yeah, resets into another drive impact.
Sometimes you gotta get greedy.
Oh, what a comeback. And you can see both times Wes has activated Feng Shui Engine. He has made a full comeback, Ringe.
Man, what a way for West to put himself back into this set. Come on, brother. You need one more round on the board to tie it up, though. Oh, shit.
Trying to bait the OD jackknife kick. Okay, I like that.
Not gonna lie, we got pressure in the corner again. Oh, immediately pressing buttons on it, though. Xian, he also pressed buttons on Jury's plus normals earlier. I mean, he's willing to challenge.
Absolutely. Jumps over. Okay. Both these players slugging right now. Xian wants to close this out. Web puts himself into burnout, and there we go. Activates again. You're gonna have to hold this pressure. Oh, this time realizes the threat and drive reversals to push Jury away.
Oh, and that OD fireball from Jury is -2, right? So even with the OD, it's not even plus on block. So great recognition from Xian in that previous block stream.
And now becoming a little bit more active is Xian, even in that burnout state. Okay, gotta be careful. Oh, I like that dive kick to get over that fireball. Okay. Oh, it's looking bad right now. Oh, there it is. EX closes it out, Wes.
Let's go.
5. Okay.
The nods right there. He's filling it. 1 game on the board here. Yeah, man, this guy is no joke. Again, I know a lot of our audience is going to be unfamiliar with West. Coming out of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, just hasn't gotten the spotlight that a lot of our other invitees have. But, man, he is here to play, and you can tell he's on the level of the rest of these players.
Yeah, man. You really, it's like I mentioned before the set started. I'm glad I brought up the Feng Shui Engine because it's been such a game changer for West here. You can really see both the times. Oh, and the cross-cut DP input, so nice. Yeah, Jury has it a little bit easier than other characters when it comes to that cross-cut DP.
Oh, but yeah, almost got caught with the jump in there. Xian able to get this pressure going in the corner now. Immediately pressing buttons on the drive rush normal. He's not scared, but catches the recovery of that button, which means punish counter city.
Yeah, no doubt. Very active defense on the part of West there. Oh, tries to, yeah, that was for a throw attempt. Plus frames on deck.
That time, though, definitely not. Just ended up absorbing the fireball. Sometimes you can get caught off guard, and when your opponent... Oh, speaking of which,
that's dead.
West's going to be able to close it out as she embedded on the OD up kicks.
That's it, and this could be curtains here for Xian in this match, unless he can turn it around and go back to some of that magic from the earlier rounds.
Saw the hard blink from Xian right there. He's trying to reset.
That's a classic for Xian as well. Oh, the clap back.
We saw the reactions on display with the anti-airs on the jump 2K, right? Wes is in there, bro. Gets the counter hit on the meaty as well.
Here we go. Feng Shui Engine back on there. Safe jump. I love this string.
Look at this, just shaving off Xian's drive meter. Xian tried to make something happen. He was tired of losing that.
Safe jump again. Look at this. It's non-stop for Wes. Oh, there you go. Drive reversal. Get off me. He's had enough.
That burns out Xian, right? That's going to put him handicapped severely.
That's right. Xian rather go into burnout on his own accord than his opponents, which in a way you got to respect it. CA on the way and the burnout.
Bro,
this could be it.
He just knows when to press on stand medium punch. That is a plus on block button. Yeah. And he was in burnout too, and he still pressed.
You got to respect it in a way. Oh, gets the hit. Oh, burnout. No, it's not enough. Not enough.
Oh, wow, it actually traded with the up kicks that time. Was still alive here, but he catches the drive rush and Xian gonna force a final round.
What a match. What a match. All right, final round. Let's get it, guys.
This is wild, bro. Intense to start this block. This is the first match of the block, right? Wow.
What a one to start on.
And again, West with the anti-airs, but so on point, sneaks in the drive impact as well.
Yeah, and I like that, using the light Fuho store there. A little bit more damage, but every little helps when it comes to Jury. Okay. Oh, man, here we go. Oh, this time the throw that's so smart. Wow. Okay, get off me.
Quick little pop off. This time the OD up kicks does connect. Oh, catches some pressure trying to play footsies.
Oh, dashes into it. Oh, okay, walk up throw there for Wes. Really feeling it right now, you can tell. He's hungry for this win.
He wants it, right? He can smell it. Very close. And Xian's towards the corner as well. Wes has made such a good job. Oh, drive impacting there, and that's why Xian's getting out as soon as he can. Gets the counter hit. As long as he finishes this, he's going to take it.
No, level 1.
Yeah, level 1 at the end of the up kicks. 2-1 Xian. By the skin of his teeth, man, Wes made him sweat.
Wow, yeah, and he had to work hard for that win. Going into that, a lot of you guys were like, who's Wes, who's Wes? Well, he put up one hell of a fight against one of the best in the world in CN. What a match right there. That was excellent. Great display of Jury and DJ, of course, for the win at CN. But man, Wes, what a display.
Yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. Incredible stuff from Wes. Xian able to compose himself. He's an Evo champion, right? You can tell the composure is there. He is a veteran of the game. He does not panic, composes himself, and closes it out.
Amazing stuff. Very solid. Very, very solid.
Yeah, man. And
Wallahi, I'm finished. I don't think I could take too many more nail-biting matches like that, Atik. That was ridiculous. I know that y'all didn't know my man's West was gonna cook up like that. Y'all probably thought that that might have been a blowout or something like that. No, not whatsoever. Saudi Arabia has ridiculous talent when it comes to this fighting game community, and my man's West just proved exactly that. That jury was looking nasty.
I told you West is not gonna be easy to beat, and we saw his performance there, and I know he's coming up stronger next matches. لكن برضو أعزائي المشاهدين بعد ما شفنا المباراة الأولى كيف كانت مباراة كان مستوى أسطوري صحيح ويست ما حالف الحظ أنه يفوز فيها لكن راجع بشكل أقوى خصوصا أن لكل لاعب راح ينافس الثاني مرتين فممكن يرجع برضو ينافس فيها سيان مرة ثانية ممكن يتفوق عليه لكن فيها ممكن يكون فيها كمباك ولا لا لكن نتركها للمرات الجاية لأن ما زلنا في مرحلة الجروب ستيج وبعدها نكمل في مباريات اللي بعدها.
Well, I'll tell you what, Habibi, as much as I like hearing you talk, I think that I like seeing the action a little bit more. I believe that we have our first player. Mono, the fighting pride of Puerto Rico. We've seen this man go from just an in-game legend, just from the player standpoint, at least in Puerto Rico, just from the player standpoint, a top player, eventually going over, becoming a TO, growing his scene, opening esports lounges, doing things with Red Rooster, starting leagues, you name it. And then eventually he comes back to competing and shows he is one of the best players in the world. We seen what that Fang did back in Street Fighter 5, that huge CEO victory, and he has been cooking up ever since. Mono is a tough out for any opponent and can 100%, he has a chance to win this tournament.
True, he's a really tough opponent, and we're going to see him the first time here in the stage. We're going to see his performance now here in Gamers 8. برضو زي ما شفنا اللاعب معنا مونو ورحبنا فيه على المسرح. ترى اللاعب من جد لاعب عريق، لاعب عالمي، جانا من مكان بعيد، وبرضو خبرته أكثر من 7 سنوات في المنافسات في البطولات. لكن برضو خصمه شفنا أداء الأسطوري كيف كان، شفنا لعب المباراة الأولى لعب ضد بانك وهزمه، لكن الحين راح نرحب فيه على المسرح. أعطونا تحية لزين. اللاعب هذا شفنا المستوى الأسطوري اللي قدمه، شفنا الرعب اللي ورانا إياه في مباراته الأولى، بس شلون قدر يتفوق، شلون قدر يفوز على أحد أكبر اللعيبة اللي هو كان أبانك في مباراته الأولى. لكن الحين يحتاج يكمل الانتصارات هذه، يحتاج انه يحافظ على المستوى هذا، بس يقدر يكمل معنا في المراحل الجاية ويتأهل معنا. من جد لاعب صغير لكن من جد مرعب، وهذا اللي يخوف أكثر شيء اللاعبين الصغار.
I gotta bring up that my man Zen is a huge, big-time hip-hop fan. He loves rap. If you look at his face, you would think that he's all about Lil Uzi, but his gameplay is far more Nuck if you buck, and we are about to see that right now. Zen, Mono, you can take your seats, and we are about to get into the action. Let's send it over to the casters.
Well, I wonder if he likes my rapping in Arabic. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely sound like you got bars, man. You be putting a whole lot of words together real fast.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna rap sometimes in Arabic. We're gonna see if it's gonna happen or not. لكن أعزائنا المشاهدين، الحين اللاعبين جاهزين معنا، خلونا نبدأ المباراة على طول، ننتقل مع المعلقين.
All right, we are ready to kick this one off. We are back, guys. It's going to be battle of old school versus new Bison players.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Mono, of course, was the dictator main, one of the dictator mains for Street Fighter 4, and Zen, you know, just coming out of nowhere towards the end of Street Fighter 5 and just absolutely dominating at the final Capcom Cup and making a name for himself there. But we can see right there, it's going to be Mono will be his opponent. It's going to be a great one.
What's great about this too is that you could tell that the character taste translates beyond just one game, right?
Yeah.
Because like both of these guys are playing DJ.
Yeah,
so,
that's,
right?
bro. and I think that's what it's going to come down to. A lot of the Bison players, like I said on the desk earlier, are switching over to DJ. Hotdog29, of course,
true.
is also using DJ too.
Oh,
so I don't know. I think
okay.
they're just trying to get that. You know, they're just trying to scratch that charged character
It
itch.
feels like it, right?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. He's got a little bit of funky setups as well, like the jump 2K. Like, there's definitely things about DJ that I think appeals to these Bison players that kind of like the solid footsies, but also the outside the box type options. I definitely think they can get that scratch or that itch scratched, excuse me,
there you go.
with the DJ. And yeah, man, I love the hip hop references from my man Rob, by the way. We'll see if Zen can channel some Young Lean and make Mono a sad boy.
Let's find out, bro. It should be an exciting game nonetheless. And the way that Zen handled Punk, bro, that looks so impressive.
And I wanted to bring up before we continue on with this matchup, on Stream B, there's a lot of action going down right now, including Otani defeating Mena RD 2-0.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, guys, if you want to check out the action, I highly recommend watching in squad mode or, you know, multi-twitch, whatever you want to do. Just have both these streams up at once. You want Gamers8 GG_B for the other stream, so you don't miss a second of this action, because there's a lot to check out here at Gamers8 for the next 4 days in terms of Street Fighter 6.
Oh, and we are dancing, baby. It's the DJ mirror. I believe Brad said on the panel that this is what Mono was expecting. He was expecting Zen to go with the DJ. Obviously, we saw the JP at Red Bull Kumite, but right now he is looking fierce on this character.
All right, I see it for sure. Okay. Immediately faking out here off the bat.
Oh, just cut him off the pass, but nothing to confirm the hit. Wake up with the perfect parry. It was a light button, though, so he couldn't get a punish with the option he chose.
Yeah, not always able to get a punish on those light buttons, depending, obviously, on the situation, but here we go.
Whoa, yeah, I tried to get intimate with him right there, though. Mono with a just cool steps back. Oh, he tried it again, but Zen reaching a big time.
Yeah. Mono going for the little slight shimmy back there, but Zen, you know, with the call out. And we saw it at Capcom Cup, right? Zen just so good when it comes to making these hard reads on his opponent. But let's see if he can make something happen right now, because it's looking like Mono will be the one to take the first game, draw first blood.
Those machine gun punches riddle the opponent's body with bullets, bro.
Oh my goodness,
like,
bro.
It is out of this world how much damage it does.
I'm still kind of sad that you don't get more hits by mashing in this one. That was always a nice legacy feature for DJ. Whoa!
And that's something that DJ can be exposed with, right? That's what the DJ players lament, is the fact that he can be drive impacted pretty frequently on these big reaching buttons. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, him shook right there.
The backdash shimmy, and look at the damage DJ gets on that. Ridiculous.
Oh, and the jump in after the tech throw. I love that read from Zen right there, right? Tech throws in this game leave you so far away. So a lot of time the players want to use their projectile, and he just jumped right in.
Okay, there we go. Throw right there for Zen. Oh, wow.
My goodness, baited it out. He was already committed to the drive rush, but the up kicks took so long that he gets a free punish anyway. This is quite a lead in this round 3.
Yeah, this is huge right here. Mono going to be on the verge, just over. One drive gauge remaining.
And look at that, that's just so wild about DJ, right, is that he can bait your wake up with a just cool and then go back in even if you don't do anything.
That's right.
Perfect, back to back. A god of war who forgot how to lose. Zen is here.
My goodness, Zen is just looking like he's on another level right here. Look at this.
Yeah, right back into
Back
it.
in.
Oh, the EX. Fireball just blowing through, right? That's the priority system in this game. Oh,
Nice. There we go. Mono with the clap back. The eye. Oh, no, missed it. That's such a shame.
Yeah, almost a 6 side switch combo. I love Zen recognizing the L up kick right there and just going with the target combo to smash him down. And again, yeah, he just went with the light on the drive rush, which leaves him plenty of time to react with his own drive impact. Reset, you're not ready. His level 1 is also not invincible. So Mono was trapped in the corner there. Great stuff from Zen.
Yeah, you gotta like, when it comes to DJ, if you've only got that level 1, you're gonna be holding even more pressure than most characters. Because like you said, no invincibility kind of hurts.
Yeah, if he would have got the level 2, he was just a pixel away from it too, but he didn't have it quite yet. So great calculations from Zen.
Oh,
reaching.
Good choice from Mono there. Using that just cool sway to mix up his options.
Oh, level 2, okay.
We got these. Oh, he got the rhythm, bro.
Oh yeah, he's from the island, baby.
Yeah, we got seasoned combos, bro.
Shout outs Puerto Rico. Oh yeah, and then caught him off guard there. Quick little throw. Catches Zen, trying to press the button too late.
Okay. All right, the fireball out there. Zen on dire straits here. Just a pixel left. Oh,
I thought the jump 2K was gonna cross up, but it's all right. Catches the jab after he lets go to the parry.
Very nice, very nice.
Mono's still alive here.
Oh yeah, don't count out Mono.
Definitely not.
He's been on the big stage, bro. Like Rob introduced him, bro. He does it all. TO, competitor.
Yeah, one CEO in 2022, right? In Street Fighter 5.
Huge, that victory for him.
Oh, actually got the wall splat, reached in time, but Zen just attacking on a button, and then the jump back gets out of the corner, no punish, we are scrambling.
Okay. Oh, the perfect parry.
That was such a great bet because he was about to be burnt out with that next normal. So Mono, what a bet on that parry.
That was a huge gamble actually, but it paid off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, waking up with the button again. We're scrambling, right? Nobody can stabilize right now, and that's exactly why Zen's going into this level 3. Let's slow it down for a second. Let him gain his composure.
Yeah, Zen in full control right here. Mono needs to maintain that composure. Oh, wait, that should be it.
He's got level 3, yeah.
Yeah, close it out.
Machine gun upper.
I don't know. I think he's on a pixel. I think it's a pixel.
It's going to be so close, man. Where's James Chen when you need him? Turn on the in-game commentary.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh, okay. He's definitely alive. Oh, and he wakes up with his own Mono. Good job committing to the light button right there. Allowed him the recovery to block. And the trade will send it to a game 3. Great stuff.
Wow, nail-biting finish there at the end of the second game. Here we go, guys. We are going to get third and final match underway. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, immediately the low, and he tries to parry after gets exposed for it. Mono is cooking right now, fam.
Yep, looking outstanding. Ooh, okay. Like Jackknife maximum. Of course, does double up as a jump in this game. Gets out the corner.
Oh, not for long, though. Apparently, that took off so much as the punish counter burns him out as well. You are at his mercy.
Yeah, this is where it gets real bad against DJ.
Oh, nah, to jump in as well. Tries to pop off with the up kicks. No invincibility necessary. Well, my man's got punished for it regardless. Maybe it was execution error.
Yeah, it could have been. He wanted anything to get him out of that corner right there, but right here, Zen is on set point.
There we go. Oh, he tried the just cool. Actually got chased down by the drive rush. Back to back with it. Yeah, it wasn't a perfect parry, so it was still Mono's turn.
Okay, jab, jab, Sabat. Okay, good space in there on the just cool.
Oh, I love that. It's putting the pressure on him again, right? He's maintaining those plus frames because it wasn't a perfect parry, and now we're getting big damage.
Yeah, here we go. This is a huge situation. Zen could be on the verge of closing this one out. Ringe just needs maybe one more big opening here.
My Mono, how's he going to spin this last bit of drive meter? Oh, he's not going to spin it at all, actually. The drive impact connects. Zen closes it out 2-1.
Wow, and you know that stings a little bit more when it is the mirror match right here. Zen will take it over Mono, but what an effort from Mono, man. He really is a strong player. Could be waiting for that Aki.
Beautiful. I'm a fan of gaslighting myself and saying mirror matches aren't a real proof of skill, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't get salty, but I know Mono might hurt a little bit more than me. Great stuff from both of our players. I can't wait to see the highlights we got for this match.
Oh, no doubt. Looking forward to seeing those once again. Guys, we'll get this on the screen for you in just a moment. But Zen gonna take it, and he is looking real good in his group right now with 2 huge victories under his belt. But don't forget, it's double round robin.
That was some ridiculous DJ versus DJ action. Those brothers, and I do mean brothers, they was throwing hands right there. I'm telling you, if they united forces, they probably could have took part in the Montgomery River Brawl. They were cooking up that much. But in the end of the day, Zen, the baby-faced assassin, showed exactly why, up to this point, I'm pretty sure he is undefeated.
بالضبط صحيح. ما شفنا مباراتنا الماضيه فعلا زين جالس يتفوق فيها واحده ورا الثانيه، ما شفناه ينهزم نهائيا وفعلا يحقق الانتصارات، رغم انه من جد شفنا كان خلينا نقول ميرور ماتش اكثر اللي كان فعلا دي جي ضد دي جي، لكن مباراه كانت جدا ممتعه وحتى برضو شفنا المستوى الاسطوري اللي قدموه. لكن الحلو في الموضوع ان احنا ما زلنا في البدايات، ما زلنا في المرحله الاولى اللي اصلا ان اللعيبه كلهم يحاولون يجمعون النقاط الاولى عشان يريحون نفسهم، لان بكره الفرص راح تقل بشكل اكبر.
So I just got a quick question. So did you just translate the Montgomery River Brawl part 2? I think I heard you say it.
No, I did not say
Oh, you
that.
did? Okay, cool. All right, don't get me fired. All right, guys, so we do have our next match ready. Let's take a look at our first competitor. From Team Nasser, Latif! The crowds are energetic. They love seeing Latif walk out on stage. He will have ridiculous support throughout this entire tournament, and with good reason. Of course, Latif is the home country hero, being from right here in Saudi Arabia. But not only that, I've heard of Latif way since back in Street Fighter 4, before Big Hollywood even had the name Rob TV. When it was Online Warrior, I was watching that Sea Viper, and now he is back in Street Fighter 6 to show people exactly why he is who he is.
Well, even though that he had 2 difficult matches before, but he's coming up strong. And I know this guy, his mentality is never go down. So I know for sure that he's coming up stronger. لكن برضو أعزائنا المشاهدين بعد ما رحبنا في لطيف معنا على المسرح، أنا متأكد أن معنوياته ما زالت مرتفعة، عنده الفرص أنه يعوض، ما زال عنده الفرصة حتى برضو أنه يتأهل معنا إلى المراحل الجاية. مباراتنا الحالية برضو مباراة راح تكون صعبة، لكن كلنا متحمسين لها، فخلونا نتعرف على طول مع منافسه. رحبوا معنا في فينوم. فعلا اللاعب هذا تحديدا جاينا من النرويج، من الاجزاء الماضيه كان يحقق بطولات حتى، يعني من جد اللاعب هنا جاي يبغى يحقق لقب الحين في لعبه ستريت فايتر 6 من اول ما نزلت الحين، وهو في اكبر مرحله فيها الان، خصوصا انها فيها البطوله العالميه. اللاعب من جد تاريخه كبير وجاي هنا يبغى ياخذ اشياء اكبر. I know this guy is not going to be defeated easily.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Phenom is, of course, one of the only players ever to have qualified for every single Capcom Cup. Absolutely special player. Phenom, Latif, you may take your seats. This is interesting because in real life, Phenom is actually also an MMA fighter. Latif is pretty much a bodybuilder. So if we ever actually threw some gloves on them, it's interesting. We might get the answer to Bradley Martin's questions. Who wins out of a bodybuilder and an MMA fighter? We're about to find out right now, but of course, in a street fight, we're about to see what goes on, who's gonna take it. Let's head over to our casters.
Well, virtual fights are different and we're gonna see it now. فأعزائنا المشاهدين، مبارياتنا الحالية خلونا نبدأ على طول وننتقل لكم مع معلقينا.
I need to find a hat and throw it into the air to call some backup because Rob's got me cracking up in the studio, man. Goodness gracious. Well, yeah, it's going to be a great match up next. Latif, we've already seen him on a display a couple of times here at Cammy. Got exposed by some jump-ins from Otani, but besides that, he's looking real solid. And I love the fact that you highlighted he looks way more comfortable in the Shoto matchups, the traditional Street Fighter matchups, than something like Blanca, right? You brought that up on the desk. So this is going to be along the same lines, right? I go up against the Ken from Phenom, but I mean, Ken is a menace in this game. Like, at his Dragon Lash range, he just has so many options to present that it's very hard to react to anything at any given moment, right? He has the OD Fireball, he has the Dragon Lash, the Drive Rush Jab. Like, there's just so many things he can put out there. The crouch medium kick being 7 frames, if you're trying to check, he can counter poke with that. Like, there's just so many things at that range that you have to contend with.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's going to be that Cammy for Latif, a matchup that we did see at Evolution, of course, in that top 6, Angry Bird versus Punk, and that went down to, that was a great match. So I imagine that, you know, these players are going to be trying to channel some of that energy up here at the Gamers8 main stage. Man, Phenom is no joke. Honestly, I had Phenom down to make top 6 at Evo, and like, of course, 7,000 players, not everyone's going to make it, but yeah, Phenom, you know, on his best day can easily beat everybody. Like he's just so strong, right? And it's crazy to me that we go into this tournament and a guy like Latif is perhaps seen as an underdog.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Speaks levels to the competition.
He is a legendary fighting game player.
Yeah.
Like, no hyperbole there, no exaggeration. Like, this man is a legend. I believe second place at Evo Street Fighter 4 one year, right, with the C Viper. And obviously, I mean, he damn near wrote the guide on Zato and Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
So this dude, I mean, he is a menace to say the least. And I mean, I remember I heard tales of Latif back in the day doing stuff on pad with Zato that only the Japanese players were doing, you know what I mean? Like, he really is one of a true talent in fighting games. So we're going to see how he contends with Phenom on the Ken, because like the panel was saying before, Phenom qualified for every Capcom Cup at Street Fighter 5. This guy is incredibly talented. And I think he's come up a bit short on his results so far in tournament. So I think he's still figuring out his kind of 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5 game plan. But once he does, I have no doubt this fellow is going to be at the upper echelon of results.
Oh, of course, yeah. Phenom, you know, it takes him a little bit of time to get going. Sometimes in these games, like, you know, Street Fighter 6 is such a different ballpark as opposed to 5. So, you know, but once he gets going, we know the level of talent Phenom can achieve. What a whiff punish right there. Low forward into the OD drill.
Oh, wow. Sorry, as an update, I just wanted to highlight earlier. So I actually mentioned on stream that Otani defeated Mena on stream B. The names were actually switched. So Mena was the one that defeated Otani.
They were
before.
both playing Luke.
Yeah, they were both playing Luke, so easy mistake to make. So yeah, Mena actually still undefeated here at Gamers8.
And there you go. Perfect parry on that Jim Rai follow up there. Latif. Okay.
Wow, what a way. I was busy correcting my mistake from before, and Latif running away with the first round.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, this round robin format, everybody plays everybody twice. So if you perhaps don't get the result that you wanted against a specific opponent, you do have time to correct that mistake and still qualify from your group. So really interesting format here. I've got to say, I'm a fan here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
nice.
The jab. Check in Latif trying to get out of the corner, but Latif, he's been letting those ODs rip, man.
Absolutely. Really aware of Phenom's, you know, Phenom's such an interesting dynamic of a player. Like, he can play aggressive, he can play defensive, you know, he can mix it up.
Yes. He is one of those that's a really all-around fighting game player. Just takes the meaty dry rush fierce. You don't want to do that, fam.
Yeah, okay, OD Fireball in the corner right now.
OD Fireball is not plus in this game. Latif definitely could have pressed back, but he was respecting it.
Okay, Phenom right here on the verge of that burnout, but Latif always letting it happen.
And that's why Phenom's chilling too, right? He's like, the drive gear is coming back. Latif is not trying to be overzealous about it.
Yeah,
doesn't want to be too linear.
And Latif, of course, does have that level 3 locked and loaded, and we all know what you cannot do when Cammy has level 3, and that's throw a fireball, my friend.
Exactly. Projectiles off the table, bruv. Yeah. Latif, I mean, with that CA of his own, he can do major damage here. He's going to save it. No, let's spend it.
Okay, and of course it is the CA version, so that burnout, that drive gauge is going to be depleted a little bit more.
Yeah, Phenom, that's 2 whole bars deleted because of the CEA. And look at that roundhouse just chunking him to a pixel. This spin knuckle puts him in burnout. Phenom, he still has meter though. Oh, he might have tried something there, but instead gets poked out with a crouch medium kick. Latif taking the first game.
And you could see right there the game plan of Latif working out perfectly. You see how defensive he was playing when he had all the resources that he needed to close out the round. Latif, so strong and just an amazing mind when it comes to fighting games.
I love that challenge from Phenom right there. He didn't like where the OD dive kick hit. He thought it was a little high up, so he challenged successfully.
Okay. Oh, no whiff punish there on the medium kick. Okay. Drive rush straight into the cannon spike.
I like this. Latif getting cheeky now, pulling out the hooligans. Just to make Phenom a little bit worried about it. Because Phenom, he wants to get that distance so he doesn't get burnt out.
Yeah.
The drive meter was really low, but he's managed to build some back up now. Great job challenging with the jabs to get off the OD dive kick, but a perfect jump from Latif. And speaking of perfect, we got parries on deck as well.
Yeah, there we go. Enhanced Tatsu. Wow, again.
Yeah, successful, 100% success rate if I recall correctly so far.
Bro, and I guess Latif, you know, he's got a read on Phenom there.
But that's something great that you could do to... Oh, no, we'll get back to that point in a second as Phenom leaving damage on the table here.
Oh, look, here we go. Oh, that's going to be close.
It's going to be close. And he pops off. He's not going to get bullied with this one. Phenom letting the level 1 rip. Yeah, Latif enjoying it. He's like, you had to do it. I wasn't prepared. Fair enough.
Yeah, just as it was looking like it was going to be his round right there, and he was going to move into set point, Phenom steals it back. Dragon Lash.
Oh, yeah, that looked like the heavy version right there. Latif tried to parry the option afterwards, got thrown for his trouble.
Okay, and look at these, Ken. We all know how good. Oh, nice answers for the throw loop, but no follow-up on the EX spike.
That was tough because Latif, even though that OD spike hit high up, he got a punish counter. So he could have followed it up, but leaving some damage on the table, and Phenom taking advantage of it heavily here, tying up the set entirely. So what I wanted to highlight before was the fact that he got the punish counter on the jump over, right? That's something that you can really look for in this game on cross-ups, right? If you have a button that's not good against cross-ups, or you're a little bit more forward where you can catch the person landing, that is a great option to do. Obviously, a lot of the times you want to do it with crouch buttons so you can guarantee that they're grounded, but the timing was perfect from Phenom on that jab.
Yeah, really nice. And here we go, guys. Final game. Nice little three-piece. Ken with so many strong confirms, as we saw at EVO multiple times. Angry Bird, Phenom, looking good. Oh, although, no, never mind. That's going to be burnout immediately. Charge up the hooligan.
And Latif, oh no, he dropped the combo. Latif, man. And you know, going with that drive impact that early as well might have been a mistake, right? You kind of want to abuse your opponent being in burnout for a little while longer. Speaking of abuse, Phenom with the stand fierce punish counter combo, safe jump city.
Wow, safest of jumps. My goodness, punched her in the boots.
Yeah.
All right.
Untied the laces with the jump in.
Yeah. Okay, far range jump. Here we go. Latif just trying to make the most of this burnout state.
And that's the thing, right? If you can get your opponent to block or you block yourself, the burnout does increase quickly.
Okay. Oh, he was literally a pixel off.
That's dead.
Oh my goodness, that drive. Look at the burnout gauge. Look, you couldn't even literally see a space on that gauge.
Literally, and the insult to injury as it comes back as he gets KO'd. Come on, fam.
He's like, you wanted that, right? Yeah. Got you.
Oh, speaking of gotcha, crouch medium kick the god.
Okay, the throw again from Phenom.
Oh, he wanted to catch a region right there. Great discipline from Latif.
Yeah, he saw Latif jump out and went for the cannon strike earlier. There you go, got it. Side swap as well. Okay, backing off.
Yeah, Phenom backing off right now. Oh, what a stand medium punch press from Phenom. You don't see that button often in the neutral like that. He just checked the pressure.
Okay.
What damage he got off of it, too.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, trying to close that gap here. Phenom smells victory, just needs one more big situation, perhaps.
Drive rush jab pressure here. Trying to be safe about it.
Yep. Okay, jab. The throw punish guy's dead.
Oh, yeah, again, the punish counter on the throw.
2K.
So much damage, so much drive meter, just taken away with it. And yeah, as you said, 2,000, right? So basically 20% of your life just gone like that.
Yeah, it's never easy, bro. You got to be so careful how you use that parry in this game. It can be a make or break mechanic. And as we saw, it was the breaking point of Latif right there, as Phenom is going to walk away with it and take that game 2-1. But what I feel like Latif's kind of getting warm now. He's kind of warming up.
Yeah, he's looking good, right? This is a double round robin format, so he's going to have some more games. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get into the highlights here. Let's see exactly how Phenom took him down.
You just know that we are being blessed by the Street Fighter gods when we have matches this good at the beginning of the event. This is only day 1 of 4 for Gamers8, and we are seeing ridiculous matches. I want to make sure everybody remembers exactly how this format goes. Don't got to go into full detail, but it is double round robin for group stages. And as far as these groups, only 2 people make it out of each group, making it down to that top 16. If you lose, it's ugly for you.
Yeah, exactly. But until now, the players still have chances, especially for Latif. He lost 3 matches, but he still have 3 more to come back. أعزائي المشاهدين، بس تذكير سريع على نظام البطولة، أن صحيح هم مقسمين إلى مجموعات، لكن لكل لاعب عنده الفرصة أنه يعوض، لأنه راح يلعب مع خصمه مرتين، فإذا خسر منه مرتين راح تصير أصعب بالنسبة له أنه يرجع. في نفس الوقت كل اللي يحتاجه أنه في كل فوز يجمع نقاط، والمراكز الأول والثاني هم اللي يكملون معنا إلى مرحلة البلاي أوفس. فالمراحل لسه ما زالت مستمرة معنا، لكن برضو عندنا المباراة اللي بعدها اللي راح نبداها على طول.
And with that being said, let's get right into this next match and take a look at our first player. At this point, we have seen Shin's DJ be arguably the best DJ in the world. Now, of course, Mono is looking phenomenal too. Zen is looking ridiculous as well, but you cannot have that conversation without bringing up that man right there, the Evo champion himself. And he had a very, very tight match with Wes, but usually, if you have a tight match like that earlier in the tournament, it kind of gets you going. Now, all of a sudden, you're alert, you're ready to go. So Shin might have unlocked a second gate.
Exactly, and you mentioned that DJ, he's known for, maybe like Xian is known for DJ, but even though that DJ maybe is a low tier arguably, but with Xian, he's an S tier, and we saw already some of the matches that he pulled off during this tournament. لكن برضو أعزائي المشاهدين، بعد ما رحبنا باللاعب أسيان، لكن باقي معنا خصمه. سيان مستواه جدا ثابت، يؤدي أداء مرة ممتاز، ويمتعنا حتى برضو في المنافسات اللي عنده. لكن خصمه معروف أنه بطل في ألعاب الفايتنج كثيرة، بطل في أكثر من لعبة، بطل تاريخه عريق في هذه المنافسة. جاينا كلها من فرنسا، فخلونا نتعرف عليه ونرحب فيه على المسرح. رحبوا معنا باللاعب مستر كريمزون. والله اني احب اللاعب هذا، الامانه احبه جدا، لكني ما احب شخصيته، بكل صراحه. شخصيه داصم شويه كريهه بالنسبه لي، لكن مستواه اسطوري، احد افضل اللعيبه في شخصيه داصم، من جد يمتعنا فيه وبنشوف منه مستوى اسطوري. جانا الحين في ستريت فايتر 6 راح نشوف منه مستوى رهيب. I just said that. Okay, I love the player, but I hate his character.
That's understandable. Dawson does get a whole lot of hate, but you know something that I do love? The fact that my DJ propaganda seems to be working and spreading worldwide. The evil plan is coming to fruition. Mr. Crimson, Shin, you may take your seats. We have a match of gargantuan proportions coming at you right now with Shin versus Mr. Crimson. Let's get right into it and take it over to the casters.
Well, speaking English and Arabic at the same time makes me stutter a lot. لكن إن شاء الله نجلس أدي أداء ممتاز. فخلونا نبدأ المباراة على طول. ننتقل مع المعلقين.
All right, guys, let's get into it. This is the big match that a lot of us were looking forward to at the start of the show, and we're about to get underway here at Gamers8. Man, it's going to be a big one.
Just before we get into details about the match, Atik, don't get gaslit by Rob, bro. Don't be listening to his opinions on his character, you know what I'm saying? But of course, yeah, this is going to be a great one. This is, you know, they asked us for what we would consider match to watch of the day, and this is what we decided on, right? Xian versus Mr. Crimson. I'm very excited to see these two duke it out.
Absolutely. I think F-word will be appreciative of that one there. Mr. Crimson.
Oh, I'll do the real F-word one. Monsieur Crimson.
There you go. All right, okay. Let's do it here. Of course, Mr. Crimson, one of a few French players invited here for the Gamers8 Invitational for Street Fighter 6. But yeah, Cien, man, he's been looking super, super good so far. And, you know, Dawson versus DJ, definitely going to be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, and you know, Brad talked about this on the desk, how Dawson takes a little bit longer to come online than a lot of other characters, right? Just given all of his tools and whatnot, and you have to figure out how to use them optimally. And Mr. Crimson, I mean, he's got one of the fastest processors in the business, and that's why he's so successful with a character like Dawson this early. But man, up against the powerhouse, the NOS-fueled Cien DJ, that's just going to be drive rushing in, closing that distance. I'm really interested to see how Mr. Crimson keeps him at bay.
Yeah, let's check it out here. So, Mr. Crimson definitely been working on this matchup. You know, as a character that, you know, it's hard to get a lot of super high level experience of in Europe at the moment. You know, there are some people rocking DJ, but, you know, the super high level DJs, I feel like residing in Asia right now.
Yes,
so,
for the most part.
Yeah, so let's check it out here. Let's see how this goes down. Yeah, Dalsim, you know, going to be able to most likely just keep DJ at bay, but bro, once DJ gets in, we've seen the kind of damage this character can dish out.
Yeah, and I want to see, like, is Cien going to try to work the fireballs early while they start from a distance? Is he just going to go in and drive rush immediately? Mr. Crimson is also great at sneaking in his own drive impacts because Dawson's like has deceptively long range, right? So I want to see if he kind of uses that up against Cien as well from like around this space, honestly.
Okay, let's check it out. Okay. Oh, already trying to use that drive rush to close the gap. Yeah, DJ with a few tools to really throw off Dalsim. Oh.
Just like that, right? He feinted the fireball, baited the slide, but what a great perfect parry on the cross-up. That is very important in this game, period. What?
Wow.
You're perfect parrying the stand fierce first time?
First time as well. Yeah, that's nuts. And Dalsim, yeah.
Oh, and that's why you want to perfect parry the cross-ups, right? You saw.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Crimson is a believer of that parry. You know, if you play Sim, very ready with those parries, but right now it is Cien cooking, going to work.
And let's not forget, Crimson is one of the best at utilizing all the defensive options at his disposal, right? We saw his V-shift usage really change the game in Street Fighter 5. I'm sure he's going to be looking to bring the parry in the same direction, but the level 2 pop-up does not catch him. Mr. Crimson has a big chance to bring this match back.
Absolutely. You can see right now, Cien fighting for his life in that burnout state. Let's see. Oh, Crimson. Oh, no, he didn't have enough life.
I forgot about it, yeah. Crimson's life too low to absorb the hit.
I thought he had enough.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even on my radar, bro.
Not me neither.
Wow, Cien with the mathematics right there. And it's like we said, bro, this guy is a scientist of Street Fighter, Cien.
Yeah, not many people are going to calculate better than Cien. It's just how he gets down, bro.
For sure, for sure.
And then go to the other side, tries to throw him towards the corner, but great tech from Cien. We're staying in the middle of the screen.
Okay. The meaty flame there.
Yeah, you got to be ready with the parry when you land. Get some drive meter back.
Exactly. Burnout here for Cien. When did that happen?
For real, you got whittled down. I mean, that Yoga Flame, if you don't parry it, it really shaves off your drive meter. And speaking of which, Mr. Crimson using that drive impact, knows he's locked into the fireball at that point. Gonna use that level 3 as well. Pause the burnout meter, that is so important.
Gotta think about that level 2 there from DJ. I think Cien might use it, given the right chance. Oh, nice.
Counter hit, yeah. I was gonna say punish counter on the landing, but no, he actually caught Cien trying to press a button once he landed.
Okay. Is there, just trying to push back. Cien.
Oh, perfect anti that time. And again, Cien is not ready with these parries on the Yoga Flames. It seems like he doesn't have a lot of Dawson experience.
Yeah, could be. Let's see here. Tries to get out the corner. Thrown out with the drive impact. That's massive there.
That was sick.
Frame kill.
The slide for the frame kill, exactly. Oh, he actually was out of range after the cross jab. I'm very surprised about that.
That was interesting. Cien, though, not out of range with that jump. Down light kick. Oh.
Didn't even want to do that with it. Nice, yeah. And that fireball hitting on the way up is so great for Dawson.
Oh, yeah. That slashes out.
Man, Cien burnt out again, bro. Oh, and then drive it back. He keeps exposing that block string, right? Like, you're going to cancel into that heavy fireball? Fam.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's noticed from Cien's gameplay that he does like to do the block strings into the just cool, and using drive impact during those strings is a great way of blowing up those just cool attempts, the follow-ups. They do lose. Oh, wow, he committed to it. The target combo gets the hit. Hey. Double jackknife maximum. And the grab. Yeah, the throw pressure from DJ is so strong. So plus on his throw.
And I love that. He conditioned him to just block and hold that, and then after the throw, he gets the throw bait. That was classic conditioning in fighting games right there.
Yeah, real nice from Cien. Okay, anti-air there. That counter hit, that juggle state does land anytime Dalsim tries that float.
Nice pop off again, right? Mr. Crimson has been using that teleport and throw a lot, so Xian reading it perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Crimson. Okay, here we go, trying to use that fireball. And I think it's so strong for Dalsim that his fireballs don't fizzle out in this game.
And look at that, yeah. I mean, half a bar chunked down. And yeah, the fireball game from Dalsim in this is immaculate, bro. It's so much. And he finally exposes it, right? He cut the block string short and jumped the drive impact. What an adjustment.
Yeah, excellent play. And then the drive rush into the DI. So hard to be ready because you're thinking of so many other things. DJ,
man,
trying to close it out here for Cien with the level 3. All right, Mr. Crimson goes down, and we're going to have 1-1 on our hands.
Honestly, that could have been a dissertation in fighting games, that game 2. Like, the way he adjusted to his loss in the first game, the way he conditioned Mr. Crimson in the corner, I mean, that was classic. That's exactly how you play fighting games at a high level.
Oh, yeah. We're right back in here. Here we go. Throw break from Cien.
Try chase down, yeah, respecting it, though.
Wow, anti-airing that jump down light kick is not easy, especially with a character like Sim.
Okay. He finally finds the slider and the fireballs. He's been looking for it, even the Stand Fierce now.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, yeah, Stand Fierce.
Okay, ready there. Whoa. Yeah, Mr. Crimson, look at this. He's looking pretty right here with this round. Full drive gauge. Looks like he hasn't even broken a sweat.
For real, man.
Look at this. That's going to be that. Can't get out of that one. Bubble out should be enough here to close it out. Of course there is. Perfect for Mr. Crimson with 56 seconds on the clock.
Man, this is wild to see. Crimson getting a perfect with Dalsim, never an easy feat, bro.
Oh,
especially up against a DJ. Character that's so volatile, I can just get a hit at any moment.
Yeah, we should give Mr. Crimson an award just for getting a perfect with Dalsim. I mean, this version of Dalsim is kind of next level, right? So.
Yeah, but again, Xian is not showing the drive parry off the anti-air. Look, he's just getting his drive mirror chipped forward. He can throw the parry out there.
Yeah, getting depleted heavily there. You're not wrong.
Crimson, yeah, utilizing both the stand fierce and the crouch fierce right there. You see the crouch fierce. Maybe he was thinking a fireball was coming through.
And what a chase to get the grounded punish as well. Okay, I guess the throw here. Let's see what Crimson goes for. Drive rush slide. There you go. Perfect parry into the throw. Plus frames, always great for DJ.
The meaty slide with the drive rush behind it. He recovers in time, but Xian, you can see he's a little shook. He didn't even respond with a drive impact of his own. And Mr. Crimson, he's got the level 3 on deck. You can see him fist pumping already. That is game. Wow. And he needed that, man. He had dropped a game or two leading into this match. So the fact he was able to get a dub here, huge for the Frenchman.
Absolutely. After Cien, winning those first couple of matches as well for Crimson, the little pop-off there was well deserved. You could really see how much it meant to him to get that W. And you can really see the passion coming out of a guy like Mr. Crimson anytime he plays Street Fighter.
Yeah, Crimson wears his heart on his sleeve. A great match. I want to hear what our fellas at the analyst desk have to say about it.
Well, there you have it. He exacts his revenge on the character, the cursed character that got in the Rebel Commentator, as you so eloquently pointed out, Damascus. And that rounds off the next 4 games that we were hoping to see. Amazing results, a few surprises, some phenomenal performances as well. We need to talk all about it. And of course, I'm back here with my homies, Damascus and Brad Muse, to talk about that, guys. Have you found this last 4 matches and segment of Gamers8 Street Fighter 6, guys?
It's been fun. We had hype, we had upsets, a bit of everything. The B stream was a fire as well. Woo! And a good finish as well. You said it best, right? The way Crimson played showed that he's been working hard on this matchup. He came with everything, played the exact right way, right? We know that DJ is weak to random DIs, and Crimson immediately instilled the fear of DIs into Xian's head, and I think that's a huge argument in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, so first I'll address the block as a whole before we get into the specifics of, I think even specifically Xian versus Mr. Crimson. Block as a whole, fantastic. Fire matches, I know we had a couple of shutouts in that first block. Nothing excites me more than seeing players go the distance, and the fact that so many of these matches were as close as they were, it warmed my cold New England heart, let me tell you. Now, to and what you said and piggyback on Xian versus Mr. Crimson, we went into this with the expectation that Mr. Crimson Crimson had labbed that matchup. And that was so apparent when we looked at it. We were actually talking about it while it was still on the match. Those DIs were not random, they were calculated. There is a reason that Mr. Crimson kept DIing through Fierce Fireball and blowing that up. That was a practice
string,
response. And I think what was interesting is you had said in the analysis segment, before we went live, you had wondered how much Dalsum experience can Cien possibly have. And Ringe similarly had remarked during the set that there were elements of that character matchup that he didn't look super polished on.
Yeah, I think like one of the things that caught him, like the easiest thing was just that DI for the Fierce Fireball. Like, 'cause when you block Fierce, what can DJ do? Cancel to a special or not cancel and be punishable, right? So you're literally just like doing Fierce, you know something's coming, that special you can DI. Crimson just meticulously like removed that Fierce from Xian's arsenal.
And I have to give credit to Xian, because in the short space of a 2 out of 3 set, he made the adjustment and obviously 2 taps into the neutral jump to punish the DI. So he baited it out that one time as well. But there's layers upon layers that Mr. Crimson showed in this matchup. Even the neutral scenario when he was just doing a Fierce under the fireballs. The fireball, the EX fireball dash forward to clash with the heavy fireball from DJ, takes away one of the fireballs, but then does the slide underneath the second one. I mean, that's some seriously specific shizzle we're looking at. And he's clearly done his homework, as you referenced. Super impressive. Learning as I'm watching, to be honest with you. The game is so young. Players of this caliber with Dalsim are still quite rare. You know, we've got F-Champ, of course, we've got Arturo. We've got the Japanese Dalsims who are both incredible. Fudo, of course, doesn't play him exclusively, but is insanely good with Dalsim. And we've got Mr. Crimson. It's not something I've been exposed to much. That was an absolute joy to watch. And it makes me reconsider, you know, where do we put Dalsim? He definitely seems like someone to be watched out for. So looking back at how it all started in this second segment, guys, the first match, which we spoke loads about, an absolutely nail-biting one. Wes versus Xian. Talk to me.
This comeback, man. Wes, obviously, you know, surprising a lot. We said it, right? You have to like take a look at Wes at his level. He's been playing really good. Made the matches really close. But when everyone was like, all right, cool, that's a 2-0 for Xian, you know, it's why not? Wes just brought it back. And from there on, that was the run for him.
Yeah, I think for me, I've spoken a little bit that I've undervalued the strength of Feng Shui Engine on Jury. I feel like I had yet to really see it used in a way that it really landed for me. Watching Wes's Feng Shui Engine sequences here and the way that he was so methodical in making you worried about the drive gauge burn and then using it to set up stagger strings, made a believer of Feng Shui Engine out of me. I felt like he showed me the use case. And like you had said about Crimson teaching you about Dalsim, I'm coming away from this with a new understanding of Jury, thanks to Wes.
And this is how things stand. Mr. Crimson on absolute fire. Another shout out to Wes. As much as we're talking about him, it was Shen that was able to come back from 1-0 down and win that one. He sits in second place. Nephew, 1 and 2, picking up a match there against Wes in the mirror. So still alive in this one, but a lot to do. And Wes, of course, despite some incredibly impressive performances, unfortunately sitting at the bottom with 0 and 3. One thing he didn't do was the fuzzy, which all of the Arab commentators were screaming, fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. He might have been one up there, didn't happen. Now we go on to the second match of the segment, which was a DJ mirror match. DJ really, really well represented, I must say, at this event. This is only a fraction of the players we have, and we've already seen, what, 3 or 4 DJs already, guys?
Yeah, I think the thing for this matchup for me was really early on, it seemed apparent to me that I think Mono had a better grasp of the fireball game. It was really apparent that he was using the fireball feints to cheat space forward and try to get into the mid-range. I think Mono had the advantage there. The problem was once that fireball game devolved and it got into mid-range, Zhen had the answer in the mid-range. And my fear was that Mono wasn't going to play to his strengths. And it wasn't until towards game 3 that he started cycling back into the fireball game. But by then it was too little too late. And on top of all of that, the number of times that he had these unfortunate combo drops where like up kicks didn't connect the way that he wanted it to. It was a real shame. But Zhen came out, you know, especially coming off of, you know, being fresher to DJ. We talked about how Zhen had been a JP player a little bit more historically.
Yeah, he's been JP a lot, and he said it, right? He was moving to DJ first to just like explore that Kami matchup that seems to annoy a lot of the JP players, but probably realized that DJ is good in a ton of matchups, so might as well, you know, get the character there. And Zen still undefeated today after like a pretty good run. Mono on 2-1, Punk on 1-2, and Kudo.
Off to a flying start is Zen, representing Zen for China and doing what he does best, turning up when he isn't the most well-known player in a group. and finishing off as the most dominant. So far, so good. Still a lot to go, though, guys. Those of you who are late to this, it's actually double round robin, so we're not even halfway through the matches in these groups yet.
Well,
the next match we saw
match?
was Phenom taking on Latif, and we saw an extremely mature performance from Latif in the early stages where a lot of people have written him off, but Phenom making the adjustment, guys.
We mentioned it earlier, right? Like Latif, obviously an extremely seasoned player from Street Fighter to any other game, you know, former Evo champion on Guilty Gear as well. You can see him just growing through the event, right? I was talking to Latif yesterday, and he was telling me, I'm taking this tournament as an opportunity to learn, right? He doesn't see him as a favorite at all. He seems that he's like, it's weird to be in a tournament and I'm the challenger, I'm not the favorite. Because usually that's what he goes for, right? He enters the tournament, all eyes on him, he's expected to win. He's like, it's a very weird situation I'm living right now, but he wants to take this tournament as a learning experience. And just seeing him able to square off against some of the very best, honestly, that match against Phenom, I believe in Latif for a while, man.
Yeah, I think for me, what I noticed was, and we noticed this very early on in even the beginning of that set, was the patience that both players were willing to exhibit. You know, Latif, when they were towards the end of their drive gauge, there was this complete slowdown where they were both just sort of willing to sit full screen. And we saw that a little bit in the first block from Latif as well. I think what happened was, Phenom got a little bit wise to the fact that when the match starts to feel unstable, Latif was tending towards trying to stabilize and chill, and so you started to see Phenom doing a little bit more stuff like busting out with the super when things were unstable to throw him off kilter, or in game 2 starting to bring out that Dragon Lash, which we never really saw Latif answering the Dragon Lash, and Phenom just started to shift into that thing of, if you're going to play more passively, I'm going to expose those gaps.
I love that, because Phenom wasn't really using Dragon Lash. But I think, therefore, I am. I exist, therefore you must adapt to me. And the fact that Latif is such a good spatially aware player, he was standing outside Dragon Lash range constantly, and Phenom just used that to just walk him down in the end. And that paid dividends in the end as he was able to make the adjustment and make the comeback. But really impressive from Latif to go up against, at one point, the #1 Ken online in the world at one point, right? Phenom. And take him to the edge like that in these early stages of his Street Fighter career. So massive shout out to Latif. Despite the rocky start, there's still a lot of games left. He's not out of this yet. His top 2 go through, so anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I like, you know, you get second chance. You pretty much like played all of your opponents now, so you can maybe formulate strategy to come back on like the part 2 and be able to come back different. I think he's definitely seen what he needs to do to win. The thing, as you said, is Phenom adapts. And we mentioned earlier about knowing Ken. Do you ever really know the Ken matchup? Because Ken has so many tools that it's not really the Ken matchup, so the player matchup.
Okay. I totally agree, Damascus. One thing to call out, guys, just a quick correction on my end. Thank you, Vicious and the team. Mr. Crimson is not 3-0. He's actually 2-1.
Right,
he lost to Nephew. Okay. So we'll get that corrected in the back end. Speaking of the devil, we actually have the man himself available for a conversation. We're going to go over now to an interview with the pride and joy of Saudi Arabia, Latif. Big up, my man.